The Phillies came from behind in the 8th inning of Game 1 with 4 straight hits and 3 runs off Tim Hill. They grabbed the victory 6-4 to take the day game. We welcome you back to Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Park for Game 2 of the day. It's Game 3 of 4 in the series between the San Diego Padres and the Philadelphia Phillies. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Mark Grant. Welcome to Padres Baseball, presented by Major League Baseball. Well, the Phillies came from behind 3 times before getting the victory in Game 1, and one of the big things was a home run from Kyle Schwarber. That's not different. When he makes contact, it goes a long way.
Oh, yeah, it's all or nothing for Kyle Schwarber, and he's not your prototypical leadoff guy. Not a guy who really works the count a lot and gets on base via the walk. He strikes out a lot, 119 Ks, but when he puts the ball in play, all-time leaders, folks, highest percentage of career hits as home runs, Kyle Schwarber. Winning it is Gallo, second place McGuire, and we just saw Kyle Schwarber, 31.2% of the hits are home runs. So hey, if you get ahead, you try to strike him out because he does have 119 strikeouts, so it's all or nothing for Schwarber. Hopefully you get him out, keep him in the yard, and maybe even a strikeout as well.
Milestone today for Manny Machado. He connects on his 300th career home run.
Yeah, congratulations to Manny, and many more to come. When you look at Manny Machado over the course of his 162-game average, he's going to average about 32 in his career. He had a 4-year run in Baltimore. He hit 30-plus home runs. The 11th active player with 300 career home runs for Manny Machado. Now, this is very, very key for runners to be on base. You love the 3-run shot, but also other players around Manny need to get hot and hopefully hit some home runs as well. And he's had quite a month, Donnie, in the month of July. The home runs first. The RBIs, 18. Guys are getting on. He's driving them in. And the total bases, and look at the OPS. He's second at 1,400. Once again, congratulations to Manny Machado.
Well, the starters of the first 2 games, very good. Darvish and Snell, and they're looking for more. The same from Ryan Weathers, who gets the start tonight for the Padres.
Oh, the young left-hander, 23-year-old's getting another shot coming up from El Paso, and he was specifically sent down to El Paso to work on his secondary pitches, that being the breaking ball and also the arm side command of the fastball. So 11 appearances with the Padres. You know, the record, not too good. The ERA way above 6 there, but he's coming off a good start in El Paso where he went 6 frames, a couple of hits, 1 earned run, and he struck out 10. So good for the left-hander. Hopefully that plays over to today.
On the other side, Taijuan Walker for the Phillies. He's been really good and already has 10 wins.
Making his 19th start and one of the better starters for the Fightin' Phils. The one thing about Taijuan Walker, the first 9 games falling behind, having to go to the fastball. On the flip side, the last 9, he's getting ahead, he's working out throwing strikes and then wiping out with that split finger. He is very, very heavy on that split finger, and look at the difference in the OPS. Big difference for the big right-hander, Taijuan Walker.
Coming up, battle back in the nightcap. The Padres are looking to gain the split on the day-night doubleheader. It is next from Philly. Sequan Casino Resort, the official casino partner of the San Diego Padres. Sequan Casino Resort, make it yours. The Rocky statue. I was lifting with Sly earlier this year in New York.
Oh, really? Doing a lot of curls?
Yeah, we were working out in New York.
Cut me, Mick. Cut me.
It's good to see a statue here.
Very cool.
Let's check out the keys to Game 2 tonight.
Well, Game 1 was kind of a disappointment. We can get into that a little later. But for Game 2, make Philly pen work. Get into that pen. Walker's been a really good pitcher for the Fightins this season. And Ryan Weathers, Philly Heat. Get it? Ryan Weathers, it's hot in Philly. So Ryan Weathers, the Philadelphia Heat. Blake Snell, it sounded like he was spent Game 1 after 5 innings. It was hot down there. Don't know what the temperature is right now for this nighttime nightcap, but stay tuned to that. So those are keys to the game, Donnie.
Well, the Padres dropping the first game of the day-night doubleheader after a victory last night. Looking to bounce back in the nightcap, and we check out the Padres starting 9 for Bob Melvin. Leading it off will be Ha-Sung Kim, top of the order. He's at shortstop as Kim was 3 for 5, 3 singles in the first game today. Juan Soto bats second in left field with Fernando Tatis Jr. in right field batting third. Manny Machado back at third base defensively with Xander Bogaerts the DH. He was the shortstop for Game 1. Jake Cronenworth back at first base. Rougned Odor, who came in defensively at third, now plays second base in the nightcap. Austin Nola does the catching. Trent Grisham in center field rounds out the starting 9 for the Padres. Well, Taijuan Walker on the mound tonight for the Phillies in the nightcap. Let's take a look at StatCast powered by Google Cloud. Here's what he's got.
The last 9 starts for Walker. Notice something here. Usually pitchers are heavy with like a sinker or a four-seamer. But how about Walker with the splitter? 35.6% of the time. And then they'll mix in the cutter. They're pretty even, though, on the sinker and the cutter. Mixing the four-seamer, curveball, and a sweeper. And when you look at averages, the one that's getting hit is the four-seamer and the curveball. But he is heavy on that split finger.
Well, Phillies taking the field tonight in Philadelphia for Game 2. Led by Taijuan Walker. And Walker ready for his 19th start of the year.
6'4", 243. 10-3 record. First Philly started to reach 10 victories. ERA over 4. And when you look at the strikeouts, yeah, almost a strikeout per innings pitch, and the whip at 1.25. You mentioned that splitter. And at home here, very nice record this year. 4-0. His home ERA 2.13 in 7 starts.
Well, the defense behind Taijuan Walker, left to right across the outfield. Kyle Schwarber. Johan Rojas, who is in his second Major League game, made his Major League debut in Game 1 today. Still looking for his first hit. And Castellanos surrounded right, third to first in the infield. Edmundo Sosa at third base with Trey Turner at short. Bryson Stott at second base. Alec Bohm is at first base with Garrett Stubbs doing the catching for the Phillies, and Taijuan Walker on the mound.
You know, you look at this roster right here, the defense.
Yep.
You know, Schwarber, the veteran, Castellanos, but they got a good mixture of young players, energetic players. Harper, of course, been around the block many times, but I tell you what, this kid made a nice play in Game 1 for his Major League debut.
Right out of the gates, it was impressive as first play really headed out in his direction and back to the wall, able to make the grab, and will turn it into 2. Kim had rounded second base at this point. Comes down with the baseball after being jarred, and then fires to first base, and they're able to double off Kim, who had to re-tag at second base. And it was a double play. Nice way to start his Major League career.
Stepping up to the plate for Game 2 of the doubleheader is Ha-Seong Kim from the Padres. Stepping up to the mic with the play-by-play is the voice of the San Diego Padres, Don Orsillo. Donnie?
Thanks very much, Mudley. Here we go. Game 2 of the day-night doubleheader. Game 3 of the series between the Padres and the Phillies. And Kim leading it off here in Game 2. 10 homers, 32 runs batted in. Mentioned 3 hits in the first game. All singles for Kim, and finds himself at the top of the order again. Falling behind is Walker. 2-0. They're in the pinstripes tonight for the night portion of this game. As the pitch runs in, the Padres were in their sand pinstripes earlier today. Going the solid brown and gold uniform top.
I like this costume right here that the Padres are wearing in Game 2.
Yep.
Big fan.
I'm with you. And that is a 4-pitch walk to start things.
Wow.
For Walker, and down to first base goes Kim to start it off here in the first inning.
Boy, that was a really good pitch from Walker. That dot lit up. That looked like it was placed right on the outside corner. It's worth another look.
Yeah, lights up.
Yeah.
So doesn't get the call. Kim aboard at first base, held on by Bohm, and here is Juan Soto batting in the 2 spot in the order. Broken bat, grounder, foul. That's just splintered, and there's part of it.
Literally off the end of the bat. Cued that ball off the hollowed out part of that cupped, balanced bat.
The split.
Yep.
Keep an eye on his hand after experiencing some more pain in the first game today. We saw it last night. He's just kind of playing with it.
You get a lot of swings like that on that split finger from Walker. Out in front, almost like a changeup. Held differently, then a changeup grip.
Oh, Soto, wow, takes a strike that was not a strike. And it's 0-2.
We'll have to see during the course of this game if that goes both ways.
Shane Livensbarger is the home plate umpire for the nightcap. He was not part of the crew in the first game. A start and a stop at first base for Kim as that one is fouled away. I don't know if he stumbled or what, but he stopped. He looked like he was going to get a pretty good jump, but all of a sudden throws on the brakes, and I think it might have had to do with the footing. He's looking at the bottom of his cleats.
Yeah.
He's going, and then he's not. Ended up being fouled off anyway. So another 0-2, but first to throw over, and diving back safely is Kim. Well, the running numbers for Kim this year: 16 out of 20, 80% in the stolen base department.
So the Padres are 5th in the National League, 9th in baseball in that stolen base category.
A lot more running going on across Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
I love it.
I do too.
I think it adds to the game. One-two pitch to Soto, and he rolls it over foul by the Phillies dugout. Score a free jumbo jack from Jack in the Box after a Padres home run. And Soto with 16 home runs to go along with 49 RBIs, the .263 average for Soto. It's a place he likes to hit, of course, in this division for a while with the Nats. And is straightened up on a cutter down and in. Taijuan Walker getting his 19th start of the year. Broke into the big leagues in 2013 as a Seattle Mariner. There 4 years, then Arizona for 3. Back to Seattle. Another disengagement over to first base, and that's 2.
Yep.
So see if Kim will get a jump here now that the 2 disengagements are done with.
Yeah, if he goes over again and misses, safe. That's a balk. Runner move up.
Padres facing Walker last couple of years when he was a Met. Missing badly to Soto there, and it's a full count. Worked out to be his last year in New York. Last year with Walker, he went 12-5 with a 3.49 ERA with New York. 10-3 here in year 1 as a Philly.
Let's see if they start the runner with the possibility of staying out of a double play.
There he goes, and a swing and a miss, and still maybe a double play. No, it'll get away into center, so Kim just keeps on going to third. Ball is dropped by Rojas, but that's not going to add another base. Throw back into the infield, and Kim will stay at third. A stolen base and an E2. Good throw, and I think Kim's out at second base. That would have been a strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Yeah, would have been very close. Padres catch a break. Errant throw. Let's go back to the pitch. High leg kick. There's Kim. Stubbs working underneath it, and that ball sailing to the right field side of the second base bag. Matt Williams doing a great job of directing out there at third base coach's box, indicating where the ball was for Ha-Seong Kim. Keep an eye on the ball.
So 1 down. Kim at third base getting his walking lead. Here's Fernando. Waves at that pitch. Fooled him for strike 1. .286, 17 homers, 46 runs batted in for Fernando. And a diving play at second by Stott. Gets up and throws out Fernando. In the back door from third comes Kim, and the Padres grab a run on top 1-0. What a play by Bryson Stott. A bad throw, but Bohm able to dig it out of the dirt to get the out on Fernando, who will pick up an RBI.
Good job by Fernando going the other way, and a nice job at the Keystone. Stott laying out. They give up a run. It is early, but they get a big out. Very nice play. A nice pick over at first base as well.
So 2 down, a run for the Padres. RBI for Tatis, and make Walker pay for the walk. It started this inning.
Yep.
Able to come around, and Kim scores. Error mixed in as well on the throw from Garrett Stubbs, the catcher. Machado fouls it off. Well, the Padres have scored first in all 3 games of this series now. On the first game, dropped the first game today, game 2. And tonight on top 1-0 as Machado will take a ball. And getting his 300th career home run in game 1. Home run number 17 of the year.
That's great, isn't it? What a milestone that is for Manny.
Many more to follow.
Yep, you bet.
Ball 3.
You know, I did some looking on Baseball Reference over the course of Manny's big league career. He had 4 years in Baltimore, 30+ home runs.
Check swing, did he go? No, he did not. Rock Ballou, first base umpire, and that is ball 4.
Pass it on to the next guy.
Second walk of the inning allowed by Taijuan Walker. Good look from the side here.
See how many umpires at home. See what they think. No, that's a check. Check, please.
So 2 down, a run in, and Machado at first. Here is Xander Bogaerts. At shortstop for game 1. He is the DH in the nightcap. Throw over to first, and back to the bag is Machado. Boom holding him on. Strike called. Did light up on that outside edge.
Yep, best pitch in baseball. At the knees, outside corner. I remember when Walker was called up by the Mariners back that year that you were talking about. I thought, man, this kid's just going to mature. He's going to grow. He's a big kid, of course, but I've always liked his physique. I mean, big, strong, you know, can give you some innings. I've always liked him.
Felix Hernandez was around too when he arrived,
yeah,
and it was big help to him in the beginning. He broke in 2013.
That's right, King Felix. That's right. Yeah.
Pretty good guy at the top of their rotation at the time when he arrived on the scene.
He was fun to watch, wasn't
he?
Yes,
he was. Had the K court going on there.
Yeah, that was great. That was awesome.
Ball and 2 strikes here to Xander Bogaerts. And a line went into center field. That'll get down. Rojas over to play it. Heading for third is Machado. So is the throw, and Manny will be safe. It's a pretty good throw from Rojas. Right on the money, but Manny is safe. On the base hit by Xander Bogaerts, and this inning continues.
Oh, that's good hitting by Xander. Keeping the inning alive. Went down out in front one-handed. And with 2 strikes, watch Manny at first. Contact, got to go. The plate is right in front of him. Very aggressive as Manny. Just got in there. And I'll tell you what, Rojas, you know, there's a lot you could add to that scouting report, right, Donnie? In game 1 there, ground that he covered, and that arm right there, accurate and strong.
Caleb Cotham out there again, as this has not been a great start for Taijuan Walker. A couple of walks in the inning now. His first hit allowed. The Padres had actually put together a run without the benefit of a base hit. A walk and error mixed in, and the ground down producing the first run. But now he walks Machado, who ends up at third base after the single by Bogaerts. It's like Walker doing most of the talking so far in that conversation.
Well, as a left-hander comes up, that's Jake Cronenworth. I look at that split finger fastball. It's a pitch that goes down and away. Something that maybe Walker's enticing a left-handed hitter to try to roll over, try to get a grounder. See if Jake tries to take him up the middle or the other way.
First and third, 2 down here for the Padres. And jumping out behind home plate is Garrett Stubbs, the catcher, and reel off the signs for the infielders. There's a double steal. What he's going to do, if he's going to throw it all. With Machado at third, Bogaerts at first, and 2 down. Throw to first, and getting back is Bogaerts.
Couple of things you got to keep in mind here. One is the split finger in the dirt. He's got 2 wild pitches this year with that runner on third. That would be a free run. Also, let's see if they do something in motion right here. Not even close on that one.
Well, behind 2-0. It's already 26 pitches here in the first inning for Taijuan Walker. Of the 26, 12 strikes, more balls, 14. Popped up, foul, backing out of play.
So Walker, cutters in to Jake. Splitters trying to go down and away, staying out of the heart of the plate, trying to jam him right there.
Machado at third, Bogarts at first, 2 down in the first inning. Cronenworth will line it down the left field line, foul. Stubbs again, going through the signs again. Now 2 strikes on the hitter. Time running out here on Walker, who will back off. And that is going to be a disengagement. He was down to 4 and hadn't decided what he was going to do. He's still shaking his head 4 times. High fly ball to right field. Castellanos has room in right, and he'll make the catch. It puts an end to the inning. Padres do get a run, have a 1-0 lead after half an inning. Starting 9 for the Philadelphia Phillies. Schwarber is in left field for game 2. Turner at shortstop, Castellanos in right. Harper's the DH. Bohm at first with Stott at second. Sosa at third. Stubbs does the catching with Rojas in center field for his second major league game. Ryan Weathers on the mound for your Friars.
All right, looking for good things from the left-hander. 23-year-old Ryan Weathers coming off a good start from AAA, the Chihuahuas. 6 innings. He struck out 7. Working on the breaking ball in the minor leagues. Let's see if that is working tonight. Locating the fastball as well.
Schwarber had a home run in the first game, his 23rd home run of the year. Go along now with 51 RBIs. The average only 189. And as you pointed out, there is a strikeout in there.
Oh, yeah.
But if he makes contact, generally it goes a long way. Swing and a miss.
You know, I shortchanged Ryan. He had 10 strikeouts in that last outing in El Paso, 6 innings, so that's a good sign. It's all about location, though. We all know that.
He said he was working on some of his secondary stuff, right?
Like the breaking ball, the changeup. I mean, he's got good stuff. There's no doubt about that. But at this level, it's all about locating. Let's see if he does that this evening.
Hey, look out. That one slipped out of his hand. Was supposed to be a sweeper. Full count now. Grounder by the mound, but right at Kim at shortstop. And there's the first out in the bottom of the first inning. Well, check out what he's featured this year with the Padres.
Well, he's got the 4-seamer, the changeup, and the sweeper that we just saw right there. Heavy on the 4-seamer. And once again, location. When you're not locating, these big leaguers can turn it around at a 408 clip. The changeup, it's a nice changeup. Get thrown down in the zone, it'll get some swings and misses. And then that sweeper, as far as average, that's the best at 194.
Deals with Trey Turner. Swing and a miss. Ball and a strike. Turner with 10 home runs, 33 runs batted in, 247 average in the first 90 games with the Philadelphia Phillies. Others falling behind 3-1. And that's ball 4. So a one-out walk for Trey Turner. When Padres pitchers canine your canine or feline wins, Petco Vital Care members can visit participating Petco locations the next day to score a free 6-ounce wholehearted treat with an eligible purchase. 1 out, 1 on. The Castellanos coming up here for the Phillies. Grounds it foul towards the end of the Padres dugout and into it. They're housed on the third base side here at Citizens Bank Park.
Duly noted.
In case you forgot from earlier this
game
afternoon.
1, right?
Yes.
Yeah. They were there game 1, right?
Yes, they were. Yeah, they don't change dugouts often. Especially not during a series. Over to first, that great pickoff move, but that safely is Trey Turner.
One of the better moves you'll see.
Elevates the fastball at 96, where he's been operating. Turner has yet to be caught with the Phillies. 21 out of 21. That's 100%. In the air to center field. Trent Grisham makes his way in. And over to make the catch for out number 2. So 2 away, a runner at first. They'll bring up Bryce Harper. He came off the bench to pinch hit. Came up with a big RBI infield hit on a chopper to short. Bogarts did the best he could, but Harper read out of the box. Getting to first, run scores. All part of what was a very difficult bottom of the 8th inning. A 3-run inning as it turned out for the Phillies. And they went from trailing by a run to enjoying a 6-4 lead. They would end up winning by that margin.
You know, he definitely brought some energy to this place, because even when he walked out of the dugout for his pinch hitting appearance, the place erupted. That hustle down the first base line, the emotion he showed on that infield single.
That's here with 2 down. Turner at first, and the pitch in there for a strike.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. Bryce not in love with that call.
You know, it's amazing. These hitters at the big league level, they know the strike zone. That's clearly a ball. And even when it's coming at you, these guys can recognize that. And he had a right to gripe. So, yeah, I said it earlier, right? Keep an eye on it, because it's probably going to be both ways tonight. And we've seen that already.
Harper jerseys throughout this building. 2-1 pitch. We'll have to wait. Throw over to first base, and not having to dive back is Trey Turner. He just stepped back. He's aware of the move.
Yeah, he's got 4 pickoffs this season, Ryan Weathers does. 13 for his career.
That's away for ball 3. Trying to be careful here with Harper, the DH with 2 down, and Turner at first. And that just missed. That's ball 4. Second walk of this first inning allowed by Weathers. So 2 on and 2 down with Bohm coming up. Bohm, who started at third base earlier, is at first base for the nightcap. 285, 9 homers, and 58 runs batted in. A little bit low. Not missing by a lot, but he is missing. Leading to 2 walks here in the first inning. Popped up, foul ground. Cronenworth is over by the Phillies dugout and backpedals to make the catch. That will end the inning. Weathers works his way around 2 walks, 1-0 Padres.
to that rhythm every single year that kind of just goes. So I think just mentally you gotta kind of like regroup and come back. Baseball's gonna be baseball, and second half is where the mental side of baseball comes in and kicks in. And August dog days come around, and is where you gotta be prepared mentally to finish strong.
Well, there aren't too many guys in baseball who are more prepared mentally than Manny Machado. You look over the course of his career, he's been a very good second-half player. He realizes clearly what's at stake in this season. You have 70 ball games left, and we brought up the notion of maturity and the availability to fight through and persevere these dog days, as Manny talks about. It's particularly relevant when we talk about tonight. You're on the back end of a doubleheader. It's 90-plus degrees, humid all day long, and this is the true test of your mettle, I think, as not only a player, guys, but also as a team.
Yeah, it really is. And, this is so unusual, too. This was a scheduled doubleheader, which, especially for a team in the Northeast, per se, you got so many doubleheaders as it is because of the rainouts in April and May that rarely would you see this situation take place, but it is happening. This was a scheduled day-night doubleheader, which is a grind. Very difficult to win both ends, too.
No doubt about that. No matter how poorly a team is playing, I'm not talking Padres, Phillies. I'm talking any two teams that play. It's tough to sweep a double bill. But it is a grind physically and mentally. And, you go back when you were 20 years old, 25, 29, 30, whatever. These guys can rebound nicely, but nobody's 100%. And plus they're getting top care from like trainers and the technology to bounce back from the little injuries. But once again, nobody's 100% at this point in the season.
No,
it's a grind.
And Mike, I think you take a look at these guys. They are so used to this, but still, I mean, you look at the other sports, and you're talking about 162 games here, which is the other part of it as well. I mean, they're used to being there every day. It's
important. I think that these guys obviously get their rest. It was important enough to where it was a point of conversation, we'll call it, not necessarily contention, when they were going through labor agreements. Guys want more off days. Sometimes you probably should pay this extra doubleheader type of situation, but it is important. I think it's good, too, for the entertainment value of the sport, because ideally the quality of play is better and the players are more healthy and more likely to be on the field. So when you pay to get a ticket, you get to see your stars.
Yeah, no, it makes sense to me. I mean, as far as having more off days for the players, I think the schedule part, and I think we're finding this for the first time this year with the new schedule, is if you are a West Coast team, obviously the Padres, every time they leave, pretty much are going east now. And you play everybody on the East Coast, the American League and the National League now. So it is tougher travel, I think, and I think that will lead to probably more off days in the future years to come.
Yes, and there's been talk also in years past, and it's almost every year, should they cut back to the old 154 games?
That's
right.
Another
but that opens up.
Yeah.
That opens up a whole new can of worms as far as like there's stuff behind the scenes that has to happen as well.
Well, how about this? How about realignment altogether?
Realignment,
which is a possibility,
yes.
Which would keep your travel under control in a general area with teams like the Angels and some of the teams closer to the Padres being part of your division. This is the third, second for one, on to first after having trouble getting it out of his glove. Stott gets the job done, and they work around the leadoff walk. DP 2 down here in the second inning.
Room service for the Phils. The one hopper. Sosa on the run, fires a strike, and Stott's got plenty of time on the back end for the double up.
Mike, I'm looking at you from here. Are you protected by the net or no?
I am if I duck.
Okay, so
I'm in front of the net. I'm between the net and the field of play, but you guys are kind enough to put me in the line of sight of the hitter, so my cat-like skills.
You'll be able to get out of the way, then we don't have to worry about anything hitting you.
I can't say that, but I know you'll be kind enough to cart me off.
You were good at fielding your position, though, weren't you, left-handed?
No, I was good at running away from grounders, from hitters, from whatever it took. But yeah, I feel fairly safe in this place.
I just don't want to put you in any danger,
No, I'll stay. How about this? Is this better if I stay down here?
Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's much better. I feel much better about this situation.
Thank you, Donnie.
Have a conversation with you and not have to worry about you having, dental work or anything.
How do I keep these chiclets, my man?
The 0-2 pitch. I mean, the moneymaker is definitely the face.
That's
we
right.
Don't want that at all.
Do not scratch the moneymaker.
No.
Come on. We got mortgages to pay, got kids to put through school.
Right. All things I'm worried about.
Thank you.
1-2 pitch is going to miss.
You know, I'm laughing. I'm thinking, boy, I've gotten old anyway quickly. But this is such a young man's game, and we're talking about the mental, physical grind of this. When you talk about the draft like we did yesterday and young guys getting acclimated to the grind of these long seasons, I'm not even sure if at the end of the day it's the older player who gets the off days who benefits, or it's the young guy who's going to benefit from all this.
Now Grisham is retired. We are done with an inning and a half. 1-0 San Diego. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, we'll celebrate Bump Day with a Snellzilla bobblehead on Friday, July 28th. Purchase a special theme game package to receive a ticket to the Padres Rangers game and a limited edition bobblehead featuring Padres pitcher Blake Snell. Learn more at Padres.com/theme games. Pitch in there for a strike to Bryson Stott. In those theme games, you'll find a Snellzilla bobblehead, but there's also a Donna and Mud.
That's right.
2 nights.
How about that? Yeah.
As part of a theme game, but you must get the theme game ticket.
Yes. Say it again, Donnie.
Different than a regular ticket, a theme game ticket. There's a fly ball off the bat of Stott to left. Soto will make the catch. First out of the second inning. Well, Snellzilla today, 5 shutout innings. Last 10 starts now for Blake. 58 innings, a 0.62 ERA, 25 walks, 91 strikeouts, the whip under 1, and the opponent hitting at 156. He's been untouchable.
These numbers are insane. And as Blake Snell would say himself, they're lit. He's just, everything's working for him. And it's just not 1 or 2 pitches. It's like it's whole repertoire.
Off the bat of Sosa to Soto, and Soto makes the catch. So 2 down. And he's got his Padres drip on right now.
Yeah, he does.
Don't know what he'd be wearing normally, but he's got to wear his Padres drip when he's in the Padres dugout. So 2 down in the second inning.
Just sitting back after a good outing watching a big league ball game.
The next 4 days.
Yep.
So 2-way. That brings up Garrett Stubbs. That's a long walk-up.
I like that. That's Life from Frank Sinatra. Yeah,
okay.
I like that. Love that.
A little long.
Great song. I mean, let it play throughout the at-bat.
I wonder why they never did that in baseball. Like
that's life. That's what people say.
The music has to be.
You're riding high in April, shot down in May.
Okay. Why do you think that is, though? There can be no noise in baseball. It's like tennis.
You mean like in basketball,
the NBA,
where they bring up the rock?
Music going on when they're bringing the ball up.
Yeah, I think that's cool. By the way,
in the NHL, there's music, getting ready.
Yeah.
But in baseball, everything has to be quiet. 2-1 pitch fouled off to the left out of play.
Good point. I don't know.
I don't have an answer either. Two pitch coming to Stubbs. On the ground to third base. Machado to the backhand. His throw is picked on the other side by Cronenworth. A 1-2-3 second inning. The Padres 1-0 lead through 2. Night last night for the Nailers, and of course Josh Naylor, the former Padre, his brother Bo, they combined. They became the 4th pair of brothers to homer in the same inning since 1961. That's really cool.
That is really special.
And here are the pairs, of course, of BJ and Justin Upton, former Padres as well, mixed in there and doing it a couple of different times. Billy and Cal Ripken with the Orioles, May 28th of 1996. And they did it again September 15th of 1990. And Tommy Aaron, July 12th of 1962. Pretty cool.
That is very, very cool.
Taijuan Walker into the 3rd inning. He walked 2 in the first, walked the leadoff hitter and Odor in the 2nd inning. So 3 walks through the first 2 innings for Walker, and only 1 strikeout as He now deals with the top of the Padres order in Ha-Sung Kim. Last 10 games, a .297 average. Big gap out in left center field for Kim. Kim walked in the first, took second on a stolen base, reached third on the throwing error by the catcher, and he come around to score the game's only run on a ground out by Fernando Tatis Jr. Swing and a miss for Kim, and he strikes out. It's his second strikeout for Walker in the first out of the third inning.
And what do you know? It's the split finger fastball we talked about. Heavy on that. He throws it the most. Throw it like a fastball, hard to the plate. Leave that ball tumble, end up down out of the zone.
One away in the third for Soto, who will take a strike. Struck out swinging in the first inning. One of the 2 strikeouts so far for Taijuan Walker. He went around, according to Jeremy Riggs, third base umpire.
Oh, from the side? Yeah, I think that's the right call.
Oh, and 2 strikes to 1. One out here in the third inning with the Padres on top 1-0. The arms out of the way on a pitch that misses in. Soto in the first game walking twice, did not have a hit, was 0 for 3 in the game, but the 2 walks for him and strikeout in game 2.
Oh, that wasn't even close.
Stubbs tried to buy that call.
Yeah, Walker is thinking that he should have gotten the call too. That was a backdoor breaking ball. That was a cutter that he tried to backdoor. Yeah, that's off the plate.
On the ground and by the dive of Stott into right field. A base hit for Soto, his first hit of the day. Second Padres hit off of Taijuan Walker.
Another split finger, and this one on contact just above the knees, and Soto finds the hole. We know the range of Stott at second base.
So 1 out, Soto at first. That brings up Fernando. Grounded out to second base, but picked up his 47th RBI. And swings at that first pitch and fouls it off the shoe tops. Two and a third innings and now 57 pitches for Taijuan Walker. Ball 2, 2-1. Walker coming in individually at 10-3 into his 19th start of the year. And crowds Fernando with a pitch in.
Trying to keep an eye on the split fingered fastballs. How many legitimate strikes out of the hand of Walker? That being said, split finger thrown, taken for a called strike. I don't think there's been that many. Easier said than done. If these hitters recognize split, maybe spit on it, take it.
There's a strike and 93, full count.
And Walker's not going to light up the radar gun. It's 92, 93, a little bit of movement. But after seeing that splitting, that 93, it could look like 98.
Fourth full count to 12 hitters for Walker. Throw over to first, and diving back is Soto. Disengagement. Outfield about straight away here on Fernando. Power to all fields, of course. Soto goes. Fernando swings and misses, and the throw down will be in time. So a strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the inning. Third strikeout for Walker, and Soto gunned down at second base. He'll go 2-4 for out number 3. Padres have a 1-0 lead after 2.5. Bottom of the third inning. Ryan Weathers out there in the first half. Really good for the Padres starting pitching for Bob Melvin overall. And certainly Weathers trying to add to that. But this is where they ranked since May 1st. Starters, first in ERA, first in quality starts, first in opponent average, first in opponent OPS, and first in WHIP. And that guy a very big part of all of those numbers, to say the least.
Doing their job right and keeping them in games. And once again, we talk about the support. Sometimes it's like way over the top, 11, 12 runs. Then it's like 2.5. So hey, a happy medium maybe, right?
Yeah, somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Johan Rojas making his major league debut today was 0 for 3 in the first game. And chops one to third. Manny Machado with the lip of the grass fires across for out number 1. So Rojas retired 5-3. We'll bring up Kyle Schwarber. Second time through this order now for Ryan Weathers. Well, they got 5 shutout innings from Blake Snell today. Schwarber grounded out to shortstop in the first inning. Takes the strike at 95 that time from Weathers.
Talked to Dave Dombrowski, the general manager for the Phillies, before the game, and I asked him about Rhys Hoskins. Remember we talked about that knee injury? Well, Kyle Schwarber had that same injury in Arizona early in the season with the Cubs. Remember the year? And then he made it back for the World Series. That's what they're hoping for. That's what Rhys Hoskins is hoping for. He's kind of like going with the Schwarber book, right? Hurt, rehab.
Set him back, though. They're expecting big things.
Yeah. So he's hoping Rhys Hoskins, that is, hoping they can make it back possibly for some postseason if the Phils are in fact in the postseason.
One fouled back to the screen.
And Dave also said, you know, I asked him, like, who are some players coming up that you really like? He goes, well, you know what? The core of this team is what you see.
Yeah.
Stott, right? It's here.
Dave has always been one of the most approachable general managers in all the game. Absolutely love him. He's great.
He's great.
And of course, a lot of times he went up against Baumel, in fact, in the postseason with the Tigers, and Verlander in 2 Game 5s beating Bob Melvin when he was with the Tigers. But he has had an incredibly successful career in Major League Baseball as a president of baseball operations. He's done a great job here in Philly. The World Series last year. Won a World Series with the Red Sox in 18. This is lined to right. Fernando is there to make the catch for out number 2. Fans can now watch all San Diego Padres games live in market on MLB.tv with no blackouts. Start a free 7-day trial today, subject to national exclusivities. Visit MLB.tv for details. A lot of Friar faithful in Philadelphia for this weekend series. There's a fly ball to right, sending Fernando back towards the wall. At the wall, it's off of it. The carom is played by Grisham. And into second base, so the 2-out double goes Trey Turner. That nearly got out of here to right field. That was the first hit off Weathers, and that one almost got out of here.
Going the opposite way. Nice easy swing. Where's this pitch? Outer third, 97. Why try to pull it as Turner takes it just off the top of the wall.
So he's been on twice, a walk in the first, now a double here in the third with 2 down, and gives Nick Castellanos a chance. Fly down to center field in the first, 0 for 1 against Weathers. On the ground is short. To his left is Kim, and he throws him out to end the inning. And Weathers works his way around that. Turner double, 1-0 Padres through 3. As we move to the top of the fourth, it's time for our Febreze Fresh Stats. Most RBIs in July. MLB leaders were Manny Machado with 18. A couple of former Dodgers with 13 of Bellinger and Turner. Rosario and Garcia with 12 each, but Manny Machado continuing what has been a fabulous July for the Padres third baseman.
So fresh, exciting, so exciting and new. Manny's fresh.
Manny leads it off here in the fourth inning. He walked in the first inning. One of 3 walks allowed by Taijuan Walker so far. There's a strike on the outside edge.
See if the Padre hitters try to take Walker the other way. Trying to pitch the righties away, sometimes in. And there's that splitter for a ball. Keep an eye on that. Can he throw it for a legitimate strike? And once again, I reiterate, easier said than done to lay off that pitch.
This is line down the left field line, but foul. And did Manny hurt himself on that swing? There's Bob Melvin. Looks like he might have. Huerta, the trainer, out again. They were working on Soto in the first game, and Manny had come up a little bit lame on that swing. And again, it's a hand issue, it appears.
Right hand comes off the bat, shakes it, cradles it.
So down on the count, 1-2. Outfield straight away on Machado. It's a ground ball left side, deep in the hole. It's short. Trey Turner's throw is perfect, and that is out number 1 of the fourth inning. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts singled to center field in the first inning. One of 2 hits so far for the Padres off Walker. In his career against Walker, he's 2 for 6, couple walks, couple singles. That includes tonight's single to center. So he takes the strike. Xander with questions for Shane Leibensbarger, the home plate umpire.
There's a splitter for a called strike.
Is it hard to identify a splitter?
I would think so, yeah. I mean, the hand is coming so quickly. The hand through the throwing zone from the pitcher is coming so quickly. Yeah, and quite honestly, Donnie, the only guy that I could ever say that could notice that was Tony Gwynn. I mean, he could notice the ball out of the hand. So, fastball, 4-seamer, traditional, or a 2-seamer. You throw the splitty like this, right? So it comes out in a certain way to where it tumbles a little bit, but that's pretty quick, right?
Right. Is it hard to see the rotation on that, whether it's going to split?
Looks like a fastball, then you commit. And by that time, you want to change your mind in the middle, but it's too late.
Right.
Then you add movement to it. See if he sets up that way and then adjusts. Oh, he's in his glove already. Okay.
2-2 sit on the ground and under the glove of the third baseman, but Turner's there and he gets him.
Wow.
So Bogaerts thought he beat it out. We'll see if the Padres are going to challenge. Oh, very nice play by Trey Turner from shortstop, as they're not going to challenge, and Bogaerts is out number 2.
Sosa screens Turner, it looks like. Look at that. I mean, by his glove, great concentration by Turner, and then the throw, and they get him. It was close. Nice play, though.
So 2 down, and that'll bring up Jake Cronenworth. Padres hitters seeing a lot of pitches. 12 of the 14 Padres batters have seen at least 5 pitches in their plate appearances.
That's good.
So making Walker work. As a result, this is pitch 74, and it's skied to left field. Over is Schwarber, and he's there to make the catch on Cronenworth to end the inning. 3.5 done, 1-0 San Diego. To the bottom of the 4th inning, the first 8,000 kids age 14 and under on Sunday, July 30th, can block out the sun and channel their favorite Padres player with a pair of Padres sunglasses, presented by Mission Fed Credit Union. Get your tickets at Padres.com/giveaways. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah. You can always use a pair of shades.
Some Friar faithful here in Philadelphia, and rushing things there apparently was Weathers, and Weathers not pleased that he was stopped. Bryce Harper leading it off here in the home half of the 4th inning, and he'll take ball 1. Harper, Bohm, and Stott, 4, 5, and 6. The Phillies here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Driven to right center field. Harper sends it towards the pen and into it to tie the game at 1. Bryce Harper gets his 4th of the year, and the Phillies tie it up 1-1.
Looked like Harper got to a changeup. Lefty on lefty, wants it down and away, and on contact, that's right above the knees and down the middle. Harper to the pen.
So 1-1 the score, and a big hack by Bohm. Harper coming up with a big RBI pinch hit infield single in the first game. Now the home run to tie the game in the nightcap. I'm thinking about it too, but a lot of use by the bullpen for the Padres in that first game. We saw Steven Wilson for an inning, Nick Martinez an inning, Tim Hill gave up 3 runs in a third of an inning, and Brent Honeywell went 2/3 of an inning, but that's a lot of people involved. Weathers gets it and fires to first. Nicely done. Able to retire Bohm. Didn't panic. And that is out number 1 here at the bottom of the 4th inning. So 1 out, and that'll bring up Bryson Stott.
Well, the one thing regarding the bullpen is this. You have your high leverage guys, right? But you can't rely on them each and every night.
No.
Other guys have to step up.
And you're coming off a very tough outing last night for Luis Garcia also.
Yeah, a little fuzzy.
This is in the air to left field. Over goes Soto towards the stands, and he won't have a play. Back beyond the box seats. They have box seats in Philly, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure. Love this yard.
Home run for Harper is first since May 25th. As that'll miss up an Enquist who's on the IL for a long time.
Yeah.
One pitch, a swing and a miss. Chase the fastball at 96 from Weathers. Gives up the leadoff home run to Bryce Harper to begin things in the 4th inning. Has an out, and now Stott reaches out and pokes this one foul off to the left. Weather's up over 50 pitches now. Next pitch will be the 53rd of his outing, with 1 out in the 4th inning.
Well, here's where you got to be careful. We talked about in game 1, Stott leads Major League Baseball at 55 2-strike hits. You can see by the last 2 swings, that's what he's trying to do: make contact, stay alive, drive it the other way. Soto's way over towards the line and left.
Waves at that pitch and strikes out. It was a sweeper, and it's the first strikeout for Ryan Weathers. Out number 2 of the 4th inning.
There's the sweepage. Out of the hand, looks like it's going to be inside. You commit, and it's out of the zone. Very nice pitch from the young left-hander. All upper body right there, trying to make contact, get another hack at it.
So that'll be one of those secondary pitches he was working on, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So 2 down, Edmundo Sosa.
Key, though, is getting to 2 strikes, right? But you're right. You can expand with 2 strikes like that.
Sosa flied out to left field, first time up. Now skies one foul off to the right, out of play. Another big crowd on hand, not quite as big as we had for the first game today, but still very large. Game 1 today had 43,712, a sellout. This one grounded foul down by the tarp area. 2 very large crowds in the same day for the Phillies.
I love that Philly uni right there, the white pinstripe with the maroon. I love that maroon. There you go. Talking lefty, Schmitty,
Steve Carlton,
Tug McGraw, yeah.
Missing down with a fastball, 2-2. There you go, Steve Carlton.
I love to watch him pitch, man. That guy was a stud. It was win day when Lefty was on the hill. Mike Schmidt, oh, I just got shivers down my spine.
Swing and a foul tip, getting a piece to stay alive. This pitch would be 60 for Weathers.
I just felt like backing up third base after seeing that name, Mike Schmidt, or reaching for a new baseball from the umpire. Need a punch out right here.
Did he go? No, he did not. Brock Ballou, first base umpire. Full count. Out ahead of that, fouling it down the left field line. A lot of pitches in this sequence.
Yeah, trying to change up on him a couple times there after going 96.
Pitch 9 of this AB. And it's fouled back below us. Battle continues.
A lot of going to that rosin bag. We mentioned that in the first game with Blake Snell out there. You can see the arms glistening right there. It's warm out there.
Some slippage on the grips.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Payoff pitch. And a ground ball up the middle. Sliding to his right is Odor. And his throw is good. That'll end the inning, but a leadoff home run for Bryce Harper ties the game 1 aside. One the score back in Philadelphia. There's no doubt that's where we are, right?
Yeah. What a great city. Great history. How about the architecture here, Donnie?
Pretty cool.
Narrow streets,
yep.
Right?
Yep.
Cobblestone streets.
I like it.
Some places.
Yep.
And the architecture back from the mid 1700s, and it's just amazing. It really is. If you get a chance to come to
good walking city.
Yes, very good.
Around.
Yep. You got the Schuylkill River. You've got the Delaware River.
Like this ballpark too.
It's a good one.
If I was a pitcher, I would particularly care for this ballpark.
No.
But I'm not. So there's Rougned Odor, who leads it off in the 5th inning.
Breaking out the curveball there, landing it early.
Odor getting the start at second base for the Padres. Hey, great to see Charlie Manuel is around for game 1 today. The former Phillies manager, great guy.
He's a legend here.
Yeah. He's still working for the Phillies, I believe, in some capacity. He's a great baseball man.
Everybody you talk to that played for Charlie Manuel, man, he was just a great manager to play for. He just expect you to bust your tail and be on time. Play the game right. Charlie also very popular over in Japan. He played over in Japan professionally.
I didn't know that.
Huge over in Japan. Towards the end of his professional playing days.
1-2 pitch coming up here to Odor, leading it off in the 5th. Walker wanted it. He's wanted quite a few. He was walking people early. First inning plus, he had 3 walks. There's a ground ball left side, and off the glove of Sosa gets into shallow left. Odor's going to try to make it 2, and he will. Nicely done by Odor, legging out a double on that play.
You know, I think one of the reasons why Odor got second base on that one, because Schwarber in left field, I don't know, I don't want to say gave up, but as this ball is knocked down off the glove right there, it trickles into shallow left center field. Now Sosa gives chase. Let's see if we can see where Schwarber is, and he recognizes, you know, nobody's going to really get there. Sosa's going out to get the ball, so he takes the other 90 feet.
Odor at second base. Not yet ruled on that. It's going to be a double. Good start to the 5th inning for the Padres. Odor in scoring position. Austin Nola, boy, his playing time has dwindled to just about nothing. He gets a nightcap of the day-night doubleheader. It was a soft liner to short. Turner will make the catch. Letter high for out number 1. So Odor back to the bag at second. Turner took a look, but no chance to try to double off Odor. That soft line drive, he was easily able to get back. And that'll take us to Trent Grisham. 81 pitches already for Taijuan Walker. With 1 out in the 5th. And Grisham taking a strike on the inside edge. Tried flight out to his counterpart in center field, Johan Rojas, in the 2nd inning. A 3-run home run in the first game. Put the Padres on top 3-0. Got off to a great start. Snell 5 shutout innings, and the Padres with a 3-0 lead, and then the bullpen happened.
Yes, and couldn't add on when needed.
They had chances to.
Yep. Steven Wilson a little off with location on his breaking stuff. When he was in the zone, the Phillies took advantage of that.
That's really how they won the game last night, was continuing to add on after they got the lead early. They needed every bit of it and ended up having to get Hader into the game last night, which Bob Melvin did not want to do, but came in and secured his 22nd save. On the ground right side, and by the dive of Stott into right field. Around from second comes Odor. Comes the throw. It'll be late, and the Padres have their lead back again on top 2-1. Trent Grisham with an RBI single, and the Padres lead at 2-1.
Well, you know, we haven't talked about it in quite a while because, you know, we're past the All-Star break, and with the new rules, no shift, right? Well, you need a more rangy second baseman, and I'm not taking anything away from Stott because this kid can cover some ground, but with no shift, it's out of his reach, Matt Williams gives the go sign. Odor collects $200 for passing go. Padres take the lead.
One away, Grisham at first, and now the order turns over. Here is Kim. He'll take strike one. Kim walked in the first, stole a base, reached third on the throwing error by the catcher, and then scored on the ground out by Tatis, and it was the first Padres run of the night. Throw first, and diving back safely is Grisham. Spins out of the way, kind of a late reaction.
There's a split finger in on the hands.
Took a stroll after that. He went all the way over to the on deck circle where Juan Soto was waiting, and it was almost like, you believe that? That splitter almost hit me.
Yeah.
Juan is indeed waiting on deck. He'll be next with one out here in the fifth inning. Grisham at first. Strike called. Kim doesn't like it, but it did appear to be a strike. This pitch will be the 90th of the outing for Taijuan Walker. Going over to first. The lead has not been all that large for Grisham, but he still dives back to get back safely. Fly ball headed to right center. Over from right. Castellanos will give way to Rojas. The center fielder called him off and makes the catch for out number 2. So back to first goes Grisham as Kim is retired. That'll bring up Juan Soto. Soto struck out swinging in the first inning. Single to right in the third, but was caught trying to steal. And a conference at the mound here. I don't know if it was called from the dugout or not. 90 pitches now for Walker.
You know, a lot of times, I'm not saying this is the case here, but catcher and pitcher will talk and just say, hey, first pitch, what do you want it to be? Oh, if it's a strike, what do you want to follow up with? Hey, if I fall behind 1-0, what do you want to do? And plus give some time to the bullpen for the Phillies.
Andrew Bellotti, who we saw in last night's game, warming in the pen for the Phillies. Mentioned all the usage for the Padres in the first game. The Phillies used 3 relievers after start for Sanchez, who went the first 6 innings. Marte, Strom, and Kimbrel, who came on to get the save for the Phillies in the first game. Juan Soto has struck out and singled to right, 1 for 2 in the nightcap. That's with 2 down. Trent Grisham at first base. A run in for the Padres here in the 5th. Popped up, foul ground. Sosa going as far as he can, but he won't have a play.
He wants that one back. This pitch was right down the middle. It was a sinker. Oh, working underneath it.
So mostly cloud cover over Citizens Bank Park right now in Philadelphia. 2-1 pitch. And that is slap foul off to the left out of play. I would think that this should be the last inning for Walker. His pitch count got pretty high early in this game, and this will be 95 for him here. Drops down low, and a full count now to Soto. 2 walks in the first game today for Juan Soto. Grisham can get a start at first base with 2 away and the count of 3-2. On the ground, right side. Stott, the second baseman, will fire to first, and that will end the inning. Well, an RBI single for Trent Grisham. Sends it to right field. Drives in Odor from second base. Padres have the lead back again. On top 2-1. Halfway through game 2.
He's here in the bottom of the 5th inning right now here in Philadelphia. And it sets up this way in the wild card standings. It's just 1 game off the pace. It's kind of familiar territory for Philadelphia. As you know, they were the 6th seed last year, the Padres the 5th. So here we are in the second half trying to get things going. I think it's going to be very interesting. It's already very interesting on the field, down in mud. Going to be quite interesting to see what the Phillies end up doing as we get near the trade deadline, because they're trying Bryce Harper back in the lineup, but in the field, and they're hoping they can do it at first base. I was talking to Matt Gelb, one of the great writers with The Athletic, and he was saying that they had hoped perhaps to see Bryce Harper at first base even in our series, right. But now it looks like maybe it's going to be their next series, which begins here in Philadelphia on Tuesday.
A drag bunt bid, and it's just kind of shoveled forward by Weathers out of the reach of Cronenworth, and the bunt base hit for Garrett Stubbs. Yeah, that would make a huge difference for the Phillies to get him back on the field again.
It really would, and it matters to them a great deal for a couple of reasons. We know, as you take a look at that play, Mud, Rhys Hoskins over at first base.
Right.
The losing was tremendous. It meant that Kyle Schwarber had to play more often in left field. How that's been going.
Yeah, we know that he doesn't have a lot of range out there. He does not run well at all. So to have him DH would be key. To have Hoskins, in fact, that's one of the things he mentioned, Dave Dombrowski, before the game. So, hey, as we approach the trade deadline, it is a right-handed power guy. It's something that the Phillies could possibly be shopping. Stay tuned to that one.
Just give you an idea, last year, Phillies first baseman, what is relatively close check at first base, but back safely. Last year, 30 home runs, 76 walks from that position. The Phillies first baseman this year, 11 home runs, 26 walks.
Yeah.
So they really miss it.
Yep. That's a big bat.
There's a liner into center field and a base hit. Back-to-back hits here for the Phillies. First major league hit for Johan Rojas. Family there to witness it. And 0 for 3 in the first game, and they'll get that baseball for him.
Boy, what a day in the big leagues. Making a spectacular catch in center field in game 1 and his first big league knock. Congratulations to the kid. In one day, that's a couple of good games in the big leagues.
First and second, nobody out. Will authenticate that baseball as a drive to right. Back goes Fernando. It's gone. Kyle Schwarber. It's a 3-run home run. Schwarber homered in the first game. He's homered in the nightcap. And the Phillies have a 4-2 lead.
Well, we talked about Schwarber off the top. Percentage of hits being home runs. Well, we just saw another homer. Lefty on lefty. Off-speed pitch. That's a changeup. Speeds up his bat.
Well, just cleared the fence.
Yep.
So a bunt base hit, a single to center. First major league hit for Rojas, and he comes around on the big blast by Schwarber. Schwarber, his 24th home run of the year. I'll get somebody warming in the pen for the Padres. Weathers falling behind now, 3-0 to Trey Turner. Alec Jacob warming in the pen. We've been waiting to see his debut with the Padres. "70 pitches right now for Weathers. The Phillies getting to him here in the 5th inning. 3-0 pitch. That's a strike right at the knees. Full count now. Fooled him on the changeup. On the ground to shortstop. Kim plays the hop, and the throw to first is just the first out of the bottom of the 5th inning.
Hey, take note, because remember the count was 3-0. Rougned Odor came to the mound, and that's that veteran leadership that could help a pitcher like Ryan Weathers. Whether it's a few words, whether it's something that just kind of, sticks in his craw a little bit to make him make an adjustment, whatever. Well, he battled back. He got the out.
One out in the inning. Nick Castellanos 0 for 2 in the nightcap. Flying to center in the first, grounded out to shortstop in the 3rd inning. Came out of his shoes there on that 2-0, and I think he'd like to have that one back. It's right down the middle. 96, but pretty straight. Changeup instead.
That's a dandy right there. Great location as well.
Two home runs in the nightcap for the Phillies. See Harper waiting on deck. Others wanted that, but it was outside. Full count. Out ahead of this. Hit it a ton, but foul. Strike 3 call.
Whoa.
Castellanos does not like that call at all, and it did appear to be down.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan got a call right here. So that happens. Hey, that's a hang with him for Castellanos. We've seen it both ways. That one's really down.
So 2 down, and that'll bring up Bryce Harper. 2-0 the count now to Harper.
Gotta be careful here.
Stays away and falls behind 3-0. Oh, strike call. Not sure it was. Driven into center field, a base hit. Grisham trying to cut it off. He will on the backhand. Harper trying to get two, and he will. Sliding into second base safely. Third time he's been aboard. A walk, a homer, and now a double. Here comes Bob Melvin.
Watch Bryce Harper after his ball is struck. He is busting it out of the gate and smelling too. I mean, he is just go, go, go. The RPMs are up. We saw it in the first game of that infield single. We saw it there on the double.
We've got a pitching change from Philadelphia. The Phillies have a 4-2 lead. Padres baseball is brought to you by Circa Las Vegas and by UC San Diego Health, the official healthcare provider of the San Diego Padres. Major League debut coming up here for Alec Jacob, just called up from San Antonio, making the jump from Double-A to the majors.
Yeah, this is exciting stuff. This season in Double-A with San Antone, 18 games, a nice ERA of 1.32. 27 1/3 innings work. Look at the strikeouts. He's got a low 3/4 delivery. Goes from the extreme third base side of that pitcher's plate. His whip just below 1, and the opponent's only hit 192. Welcome to the big leagues, Alec. You are now a big leaguer.
So Weathers responsible for the runner at second in Harper with 2 down in the inning. And Alec Bohm, the first hitter he will face, and that'll miss inside for ball 1. So Jacob becomes the 4th Padre and 3rd pitcher to make their debut this year, joining Matt Waldron, Tom Cosgrove, and Brett Sullivan. Sing up top for ball 2, 2-0.
Well, 2 pitches. The first one, the sweeper. That one was a high sinker, mid-80s. Doesn't throw hard, relies on location and movement.
Something in his back pocket, and the umpire wants that removed. There's the crew chief, Dan Bellino, coming in from second base, and Bob Melvin wants to know what the issue is.
If it was in his back pocket, what's the big deal? I mean, unless the rule book states that you can't have anything, any other type of object in your pant pockets, which I really don't know. I'd have to read up on it, but
in there for a strike, and it's 2-1. So Weathers went 4 2/3, 6 hits so far, charged with 4 runs. He walked 2 and struck out 2, and on the hook at the moment, giving up 3 runs so far here in the bottom of the 5th. Harper with his lead at second, and that'll miss away. th round pick in 2021. Runner goes, a pitch, a strike, and the throw not in time. Stolen base for Harper is the ruling on the field. We'll see if the Padres are going to challenge it. Manny Machado thought they got him. We'll see. No challenge.
front door closed. Nola behind the batter. Looks like he got the foot in. Manny tagged him on the knee after the fact. It was very close. Looks like he got in there, though.
Strike 3 call, and the first strikeout for Alec Jacob in the majors. He gets Alec Bohm to end the inning. 3-run inning for the Phillies, who lead at 4-2. Now for our Air National Guard places.
Well, Taijuan Walker started, and he talked about the split finger, right? Soto swinging a miss on the split finger. Keeping it down, a lot of movement. He will get a ground ball at times as well as Odor scores. He just tried to make contact, find a hole. Grisham does that. Gets on the board, but that was the pitch of the evening for Taijuan Walker. As we go to the top of the 6th, Phillies lead 4-2. To take you the rest of the way home is Don Orsillo. Donnie.
Thanks very much, Mudley. Andrew Bellotti takes over for Taijuan Walker as we move to the 6th inning.
Saw him yesterday. The kid from Spring Valley, San Diego, Steel Canyon High School. He's a Cougar. Enters his 17th game. 5.5 ERA. Little wild, 9 walks in 13 frames, but more strikeouts than innings pitched for Andrew Bellotti.
I thought the Padres were going to get to Taijuan Walker tonight, and they never ended up really getting to him for much. They got the 2 runs. He ended up walking 3 in the first 2 innings. He goes 5 and departs with a chance to grab a victory. Came in 10-3 individually, and now his team has put together a 4-2 lead. As Tatis leads it off, first batter Bellotti will face, and Fernando will take ball 1 down and in. So for Walker, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. He walked 3, struck out 3. And now into that Phillies pen in the 6th inning. It's Tatis, Machado, and Bogart scheduled to bat in the inning. Fouled off to the right, out of play to even the count at 1-1. Popped up, back at first. Bohm will, in fair ground, make the catch for out number 1 of the 6th inning. So 1 down, and that brings up Manny Machado. Walked in the first inning, grounded out short in the 4th. Here he is in the 6th with the bases empty. Down 0-2, chase that slider. Second appearance of the series for Bellotti.
Throws that slider a lot. 55% of the time he'll mix in a 4-seamer and a changeup. He keeps that slider down and away. It's an effective pitch. Get guys rolled over, hit it on the ground.
Fly ball struck pretty well out towards deep right center field. Rojas back on the track as it just kind of dies. Makes the catch out there. I thought that was headed to the bullpen.
You and me both. Under it just a little bit too much. Well, we know how the ball flies here in Philadelphia.
Wow, that hit during the day today would have been gone for sure. So 2 down. Not in game 2, not on the nightcap, as Xander Bogaerts stands in on the bases empty and takes a strike. Bogaerts singled to center in the 1st, grounded out to shortstop in the 4th inning. There's action in the Padres pen. Adrian Morejon has been warming. Ball 2, missing away. Two and two.
There's that slider I was talking about.
They used it on Manny earlier.
Yep.
And Bogart's taking his timeout with that second strike. Chop foul outside of third.
Los Tucanes de Tijuana returns to Petco Park on Sunday, September 24th, when the Padres host the St. Louis Cardinals for an exclusive postgame concert presented by Coca-Cola. A theme game package ticket, Donnie, must be purchased for postgame concert access. Get yours at padres.com/Tucanes.
Two pitch coming up here to Bogarts. And he reaches out, sends it to right field. Castellanos moves over and makes the catch that ends the inning. 5.5 done, 4-2 Philadelphia. As they have after the game tomorrow, a day off on Monday. It's north of the border to Toronto for 3, and then on to Detroit in this 3-city tour coming up. As the Padres will then head home to take on the Pirates and the Texas Rangers. Bruce Bochy will be back in town.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun.
Well, Brandon Dixon takes over in right field defensively for the Padres, and you noticed Fernando Tatis Jr. kind of gingerly coming out of the box in his last plate appearance, and he comes out of this game, so hopefully Fernando is okay. But Dixon has taken over defensively in right as the Padres bring on a new pitcher. Adrian Morejon becomes a third arm used tonight.
Well, hold the deficit, trailing by 2. Left-hander Morejon will face a lefty right out of the gate. And he enters his 8th game. Last time out was before the break against the Mets.
Bryson Stott leading it off here for the Phillies in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And once again, in a game like this that is still close, 2 runs, it's the other arms out of the bullpen that has to hold the Phillies at 4.
Grounded over the mound, and that's going to be an infield hit. Stott will reach. Seemed like that was in the air a very long time on the chopper.
No, the ball is bouncing the Phillies' way. It's the only play for Odor. Infield single.
Lead runner on for the Phillies here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here is Sosa. Sosa tonight gets a start at third base in the nightcap. Flied out to left in the 2nd, grounded out to second base in the 4th inning. Fastball by him at 94, right down the middle. So Alec Jacob, the only batter he's faced in the big leagues, was able to strike out in his major league debut. It was a hard hit, and by the dive of Kim into left center. Trying to go first to third is Stott. He will. And the Phillies have runners at the corners with nobody out in the 6th inning.
Finding a hole once again, and aggressive base running for the Fightins. To the pull side, and just like that, Stodd's got the play right in front of him. He's going to take third easily.
Stott at third, Sosa at first, nobody out. Third Stubbs coming up here for the Phillies. Got a bunt base hit his last time up. That started a rally in the 5th inning.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Seen a lot of that tonight.
Bunt showing and kind of a safety squeeze situation there.
Yeah.
Coming initially was Stott from third base, but he was waiting to see if there was contact.
Yeah, not a bad call. Up by 2.
Forcing the issue here.
Yeah, you got nobody out.
Sneak another run.
Ooh, look at that front foot. He's out of the box. If put in play, the umpire could bang him. Out. Stay tuned to that one.
No bunt showing this time, and a strike on the outside edge.
Oh, it's funny now that I say batter's box. You look down there at the batter's box.
Where's
the chalk
the batter's
is
box?
all gone.
Yeah.
I mean every line.
There's no batter's box. So I can't tell if he's out of the box if there's no box.
They should re-chalk like changing out the bases.
There's no time for that.
No.
1-2 pitch is high. Gotta go.
Look at that.
No box. There's a little bit in the front on the other side, on the right-handed side. Stott at third, Sosa at first, nobody out in the Phillies' 6th inning. Grounder foul outside of first. When Padres pitchers canine your canine or feline wins, Petco Vital Care members can visit participating Petco locations the next day to score a free 6-ounce wholehearted treat with an eligible purchase. Back-to-back base hits, one in the infield, one to the outfield, has runners at the corners for the Phillies. And a pitch downstairs, a curveball that misses. Full count now. Strike 3 call gets him looking. Yeah, that was right down the middle. 97 from Morehill, and it really froze him. That's a first out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Talk about frozen pizza. Wow. You think he's guessing something else?
Yeah.
Yeah, you bet.
I think so. So 1 away, and that'll bring up Rojas, who got his first major league hit last time up. Base hit to center field. He's showing bunt, and it's fouled back to the screen. Bunting again, and that one will get past the mound. Run will score. That's a base hit and an RBI. 5-2 Philadelphia. His second big league hit. Morehill may have hurt himself going after that bunt.
All it takes is bat control. This one easier to bunt. It's up near eye level, level bat. Left-hander falling off a little bit. Just punched to the right of the mound. Everybody's on the move.
And an ankle or something?
Yeah, this obviously doesn't look good.
We're working on the knee. No ankle. It's higher.
Yeah, you know, honestly, Donnie, I was looking at the flight of the ball on the ground as he delivered, and he fell off a little bit to the third base side. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, see that right foot slip? Did you see that? As he tried to plant on that right foot, his knee kind of gave a little bit.
Brent Honeywell, who did work in the first game, is up in the pen. It's not looking promising initially. Bob Melvin's going to make the decision for him, going to take the baseball from him. Maury Hone's going to leave this game with an apparent knee injury. 5-2 Phillies. Have the lead over the Padres. We're in the midst of the bottom of the 6th inning with 1 out, 2 on, and Brent Honeywell will be given as long as he needs with the injury to Maury Hone.
Brent entering his 34th game. Saw him earlier yesterday, 41 2/3. Actually, that was earlier today, wasn't it?
Yes, it's been a very long day, but yes, today.
I stand corrected. It was in game 1. Yes, so double duty for Brent.
Let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam with Schwarber coming up.
Well, a couple of home runs in as many games for Schwarber. We talked about his percentage of hits being home runs in the leadoff spot. It's all or nothing. You got to try to keep him in the yard, to get him to 2 strikes, make him chase, but he can do some damage. He does his damage with the long ball. Kyle Schwarber, coverage all over the place, over the wall for the Phillies.
Schwarber with the 2 home runs today, now 24 on the year. Both big home runs too. A 3-run shot gave the Phillies a 4-2 lead at that point, and then in the first game tied the score with his home run. So not just hitting home runs, but it's a pretty key times for the Phillies right now. Timely.
You know, you talk about hitters over the course of the career. It's like home runs when it was like 10-2 in the 7th. Maybe you're trailing. And then there are guys who are like tied in late. Bam, big home runs.
Flair for the dramatic.
Correct.
So 2 on, 1 away, a run in, and Brent Honeywell ready to work to Kyle Schwarber. Prior to the home run, he had grounded out to short and lined out to right. Phillies have Sosa at second, Rojas at first, 1 away, a run in, and a 5-2 lead. Driven to right, but he's out ahead for strike 1.
Well, let's see if Brent can work that changeup or that off-speed pitch down and away, roll something over, roll a 2-ball here. Get a double play. Remember, Schwarber does not run well.
Popped up, shallow center, backpedaling is Kim. In comes Grisham, and they will collide. And Kim is able to make the catch and hold on.
Wow.
So I guess he didn't hear Grisham calling him off.
You know, both fielders were close to it, but that's great. I mean, clearly that's Grisham's ball right there. The catch is made. Let's see where contact is made. Don't know what kind of communication there. Everyone's okay.
Kim, of course, having a very bad collision with Tommy Pham in Chicago at Wrigley Field a few years ago. Trey Turner will He'll take a strike. Turner's been on twice tonight. A walk in the first, a double to right in the third inning. Grounded down the third baseline, foul, has Turner down 0-2. Line to right, that's in for a base hit. We'll see if they send Sosa. They will. Dixon is throwing, it's cut off, and the Phillies take a 6-2 lead. So a 2-out RBI single for Trey Turner, and the Phillies are on top by 4 now.
Turner going the other way. Remember, we talked about Turner and his struggles. Well, second time this evening he's gone to the opposite field. In the third with a double, this time with an RBI single, and the fighting Phils are adding on here in the sixth.
Castellanos now coming up 0-4-3. Runner goes at first, and a liner that's foul. No, Turner had a jump at first, but a foul ball down the left field line. The run that just scored in Sosu came around, charged to Morihone, and he is still responsible for the runner at third base in Rojas. 2 runs so far here for the Phillies in the bottom of the sixth, and picked off. Nice. At first base is Turner. Honeywell gets him. See if the Phillies are going to challenge as Thompson has his hand up in the Phillies dugout, and they are going to challenge. They are challenging, and call on the field is out, made by the first base umpire Brock Malou. And he did get back, it looks like.
Philadelphia is challenging the out call at first base. The previous play is under review.
So this could be overturned. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought he got back. I mean, great move. He threw it to the right spot. Turner looked like he just got his hand in safely just before the tag.
The oven mitt.
Yep. Outfield side of the bag. Wow, that's close.
Padres are so sure Honeywell's walking off the field. He thought he stopped by one of the umpires, but he just watched on the big board that he got him. Is there enough there to overturn is the question. Again, the call on the field was out.
Buttermaker's waiting for the call. You think they're backed up in New York? Oh, here we go.
The ruling on the field stands. The runner is out. Philadelphia will lose its challenge.
So it stands. Picked off at first. It's 6-2 Philadelphia. For the Padres as we head to the top of the 7th inning, and a new pitcher now for the Phillies. Well, back in the 6th inning, this fly ball out of the box. Fernando kind of gingerly coming out of the box, not running like his normal self, and he would not go out to right field after that. plate appearance, and Brandon Dixon took over in right. Not sure if he did something there, but he was taken out of the game, and at the time it was a 4-2 game. And we will find out more in the postgame show. Jay Cronenworth leading it off against a new pitcher, Andrew Vasquez.
We saw Andrew on Friday night, first game of the series. 2 runs. He gave up season high, tying 4 hits, a walk in 2/3 of an inning. He's got a 4-run lead here. Tall left-hander, and it was his 28th game.
Cronenworth 0 for 2 is fly to right, fly to left, and he'll take ball 3.
A lot of breaking balls from Vasquez.
In there for a strike, and it's 3-1. With the slider to get that strike. Cronenworth, Odor, and Nola expected in the inning, and that's pretty much the last thing Rob Thompson wanted to see. A leadoff walk here. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
You know what happened last time you did that?
Yeah, the big home run. See what happens here for Rougned Odor. Oh, thank you. If you're Andrew Vasquez. And has been a strike all night. That'll miss outside. Odor walked in the 2nd inning. Doubled and scored in the 5th inning. That one was closer than the other one.
It's an adventure.
Foul back to the screen. Odor wanted that pitch back again. It was middle in, and he fouled it back. Very high.
Oh.
This is 4-seam fastball, only at 88 miles an hour. Fouled straight back. Full count here to Odor after the leadoff walk for Jake Cronenworth to begin the 7th. Padres trailing by 4. Strike 3 call.
Oh my goodness gracious! Really? Really? Wow. That's horrible. That's horrible both ways. And you know what? I'd say that if it was a Padre pitcher. Horrible.
So 1 on, 1 out, and Austin Nola 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play, lined out to short. Cronenworth at first, held on by Bohm with 1 away. Nola carves it foul off to the right.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to our good friend, and we love him dearly, Randy Jones. RJ watching tonight. Back in 1976, of course, RJ started the All-Star game at the old Veterans Stadium for the NL.
The vet. And
he completed 25 games that year.
Wow. The second could be 2. The second for 1 on to first. Double play. 4-6-3 on the twin killing that wraps up the top of the 7th inning stretch. 6-2 Phillies. Go to the bottom of the 7th inning. We'll join the Padres on Monday, July 24th at 6:40 p.m. to receive a Yu Darvish bobblehead presented by Nuna. Limited to the first 40,000 fans. This item celebrates the ace pitcher's 3,000th career strikeout. Get your tickets at Padres.com/giveaways.
By the way, Donnie transferred this, took it from San Diego, and gave it to me.
Yes, I did.
He did a great job of transferring this. And,
I had to get it to you.
Thank you.
You handle this for our club, and
Yu Darvish.
We'll be traveling to Toronto with you and then Detroit.
I wonder if can I get this through customs?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I hope so. You got 3 games in Toronto. You got to show it.
By the way, love Yu Darvish.
Big Yu Darvish fan.
What a nice guy. I was going to say kid, but he's 36. Yeah, I could call him a kid.
Sure.
Because he's younger than me.
Compared to you.
Student of the game. Always learning. Always studying.
Castellanos leading it off here against Honeywell. Bottom of the 7th inning. Broken bat. The bat's all over the place in the infield. And taking it himself to tag the bag is Cronenworth. So 1 down in the 7th, and that brings up Bryce Harper. It's time for the Callaway Kings of Distance. And Harper with his home run in the 4th inning. Tie the game 1-1, 427 feet away. 105.1 on the exit velo, 22 degrees on the launch angle. Is off Ryan Weathers, one of the 4 runs charged to Weathers. He's coming up with 1 away in the inning. Harper has walked. He's also doubled, so has been on 3 times in this game. You know, that ended a 37-game homerless drought for Bryce Harper with that home run. It had been a while. We got Soto and Ortiz up in the pen right now for the Phillies.
By the way, just to put a bow on the Randy Jones nugget. Randy Jones. Well, let me say this first. Justin Verlander, 26 complete games in his career. Randy Jones had 25 complete games in 1976.
That's amazing. Harper's down to first base. He walks again.
And we all know the game has changed, obviously. But it's just a nice. That's a nice little nugget right there.
1 out, 1 on, and Bohm coming up. Bohm has fouled out to first, grounded back to the mound, and struck out looking. Weaves at that 1-1. The sweeper from Brent Honeywell. Honeywell came in to get the final 2 outs of the 6th inning as the first out of the 7th. We're walking Harper, and now 1-1 to Bohm.
Could you imagine being a reliever for the Padres back in 1976, driving to the ballpark? You know, RJ starting that game. It's like,
got today off.
I'm going to enjoy a big league ball game from my seat in the bullpen.
Throw to first, and back safely is Harper. Of course, Honeywell was able to pick off Trey Turner to end the 6th inning.
Brent's got a quick move. It was a really good throw. Not only the move, but it's got to be a good throw over the bag. In front of that bag towards second base side.
Sprayed foul off to the right, out of play. Two balls, 2 strikes to Bohm. Ball 3. Harper's been doing some dancing over there at first base. We'll see if he takes off here on this 3-2 pitch with 1 out in the 7th. Not going, and a flip foul off to the right out of play. Weathers on the hook in this game. The starter for the Padres. 4 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs. Walked 2, struck out 2. Alec Jacob made his major league debut, called up from Double-A. It's the 3rd of an inning. Struck out the only batter he faced. Maury Holm left with an apparent knee injury. After a 3rd of an inning, he was charged with 2 runs, and now Honeywell has been in this game ever since. 3-2 pitch. This time Harper goes, and it's fouled off yet again. So he was running on this 3-2. But a battle. And the sequence right now for Honeywell versus Bohm. And pitch A to the plate appearance coming up. Runner goes again, and that is ball 4, up and in. Back-to-back walks allowed by Honeywell. With 1 out in the 7th inning. Mason Stott coming up with 2 outs, 1 out and 2 on. Stott 1 for 3 in the game. Reached on an infield hit in the 6th inning. Came around to score the 5th Phillies run as they enjoy a 6-2 lead. Line to center field. That is in for a base hit. Harper had to wait, so he puts the brakes on, and the bases are now loaded with 1 out for the Phillies. He wasn't sure. He thought Christian may catch that ball.
Better safe than sorry, right? Because they do have a 4-run lead, so you don't want to get doubled up. And as we see it right here, ball is struck. Held up just a little bit. Stop sign. Dusty Wathan, the third base coach, throwing up both hands. By the way, the son of John Wathan, the former catcher, who's from San Diego. Kansas City Royals catcher John Wathan, his son Dusty, third base coach for the Phillies.
We've been able out there to talk to Honeywell. Bases loaded for the Phillies. 1 out in the 7th. Preparing to deal with Edmundo Sosa.
All right, know what you're doing on a comebacker. First pitch, what do you want to do to get ahead? What do you feel like throwing? Let's see if Sosa's sitting breaking ball right here. Something off speed.
Hits the last couple innings. Last 2 1/3, 9 hits for the Phillies. Sosa, 313 hitter with the bases loaded, as they are right now for Philadelphia. Swing and a miss, chasing the sweeper. Bases loaded for Philadelphia. 1 out here in the 7th. Fouls it straight back. Pitches in relief for Honeywell so far, and nobody up in the Padres pen.
Nothing but sweepers so far to Sosa. way.
Up and in, and he hits him. And that will bring in another Phillies run. And Sosa in some pain. He took up an RBI the hard way. And from third is Harper.
Wow. I mean, that was a fastball too. That one got away from him.
So checking on the fingers, back of the hand area. And headed down to first base. Well, the hit batsman run in, and the Phillies have taken a 7-2 lead now. Garrett Stubbs coming up next. Stubbs has grounded out to third. The bunt base hit, unscored, and he struck out looking last time up.
Need a 2-ball right here.
Ball 2, 2-0. Now Nola going out to talk to Honeywell. Again, nobody warming in the pen. This is Honeywell's game right now. One out, bases loaded, a run in for the Phillies. And a count of 2-0 to Stubbs. And now he backs out and takes his time out. He said he stepped off first. He doesn't want to be charged with his timeout.
Yeah.
He felt that he disengaged before he stepped out. And Bellino now coming in, the second base umpire is a crew chief.
So he came in and
disengagement, I guess. Two-0 pitch coming here for Honeywell. Bases loaded for the Phillies.
Oh.
Good pitch.
Wow, really good pitch.
3-0.
Boy, the strike zone has just been fill in the blank, if you will.
Ball 4, and he walks in another run. It is 8-2 now. Third walk of the inning allowed by Honeywell, and you add a hit batsman as well. So it is 8-2 now. Phillies on top. Bases reloaded. Still one out, and finally some action as Luis Garcia's up in the pad. Rojas takes pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Jammed and flips it out towards shallow center, falling fast, and that's gonna fall for a base hit from third base. Scoring is Stott, and it's 9-2 Philadelphia.
Looks like Sosa is shaking up a bit. Yeah.
First Sosa gets hit on the hand and they check on him. Now he's got something up with his leg.
Great effort by Trent. Oh, looks like he had it. Couldn't hold on to it. Really good effort. Everybody is safe.
Third hit of the night for Rojas. Got his first major league hit back in the 5th inning, and Sosa is going to leave this game. It's been a tough inning for him. And a tough inning for Honeywell as Melvin hops out of the dugout. He's headed to the mound to make a pitching change. So we got some changes going on here, but this we know the Phillies have put together 2 more runs so far. And the Phillies now have a 9-2 lead. We'll step aside. The pitching change from Philadelphia. As Luis Garcia takes over here for San Diego, and saw Sosa leave the field after he was injured. A play that ended up not being caught out there in center by Grisham. Sosa started back then. As he turned to go to third, he did something to his leg.
Yeah.
I don't know if he cramped up or what. I can see why he would. A lot of players have in tonight's second game of the doubleheader. It's been a very warm day in Philadelphia as Luis Garcia takes over.
Well, wheels are coming off, and Luis Garcia needs to stop it right here and now. Inherits 3 runners, enters his 35th game. And last time out for Luis, couldn't find the strike zone. He was off. Inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, gave up a homer.
So this is the 3rd straight inning that Schwarber has batted. Inside, ball 1. And this is what we saw from Luis last night. And his inability to throw strikes last night ended up having to use Josh Hader in the game. Goes to a secondary pitch, a slider to get the strike, and it's 1-1. Drew Ellis, by the way, he is running at third base. Took over for Sosa. Left the game with that leg injury. Foul back, and it's 1-2. Fastball up. There's Drew Ellis. Swing and a miss, and Schwarber strikes out, chases that slider, and that is out number 2 of the inning.
And a good action on it. Want to go backdoor on that slider. Way out in front, swing and a miss. Big out for Luis.
Trey Turner becomes the 9th member of the Phillies to bat here in the inning. And a ground ball to shortstop. Kim will go to second for the force out, and that will put an end to the inning. 3 more runs, 9-2 Phillies. Sunday at Kids Fest presented by SGG&E. Kids can enjoy inflatables, face painters, and balloon artists. On select Sundays, kids can run the bases after the game. Perfect for families. Learn more at Padres.com/KidsFest. Well, the Padres trailing by 7 with the new pitcher into the game, Luis Ortiz.
Added as the additional player from Lehigh Valley AAA for today's doubleheader. And this season enters his 10th game. No record. Decent ERA at almost 3.5. Opponent's hitting .280 off the right-hander Ortiz. He's got some breathing room. A good inning for him to go out there and get an inning of work with the big lead for the Phils.
So Alec Bohm moves from first to third. That's where he played the first game. And into the game is Drew Ellis at first base after he pinch ran for Sosa, who had been at third. Trent Grisham to lead it off here in the top of the 8th inning. Grisham has flied out to center. Last time up, single to right to drive in a run. And at the time, put the Padres on top 2-1. That was in the 5th. Now here to lead off the 8th. The Padres are trailing by 7. So Phillies able to come back in the first game today from behind and win that one. And same thing tonight. And fastball up in the zone, strikes out Grisham, swinging, one down in the 8th.
Good movement on that high sinker as well from Ortiz. Taking advantage of the call up from Lehigh Valley AAA. Ortiz.
One away for Ha-Sung Kim. Kim has walked, scored, struck out, and fly to center. It was after a 3-hit first game today. All singles. One around, according to home plate umpire Shane Livensbarger. A little wrinkle in that. It misses as the slider misses. Same thing, and that drops in for a strike. So 2-2 to Kim. We had Juan Soto waiting on deck. Kim's going to take his timeout. Payoff pitch. Did he go? No, he did not. And that is ball 4. A 1-out walk for Kim. Bring up Juan Soto. Soto has struck out swinging, single to right, was caught trying to steal, and then grounded out to second base in the 5th inning. Strike called. Wow. Again, that was up.
Yeah, it's been an adventure. E-ticket. A lot of movement from Ortiz, huh? Getting in that set position. Where'd that miss?
Falls behind 2-1 to Soto with Kim at first, 1 away. Work to do for the Padres, trailing by 7. Fly ball center field, struck pretty well. Back goes Rojas, and he won't catch it. It's off the bottom of the wall. Kim racing around. He will be sent home, and it'll be an RBI double off the bottom of the wall for Soto, and it's now 9-3. Padres get a run back here in the 8th.
He likes to pitch up in the zone. That's a breaking ball. That's a breaking ball right into the swing path. Catches a lot of the plate, and Soto thought he got it. Got to go.
Well, the double for Soto and the RBI. 50th RBI of the year. Now Dixon batting for the first time. Took over defensively for Tatis, and the home plate umpire just got hit. A jarring blow. Fernando had been 0 for 3 before being replaced in right by Dixon, and swing and a miss. Dixon chasing that slider down 0-2. .216 in 31 games for the Padres. 2 homers and 9 runs batted in. Get him to chase that slider. Ortiz, the 4th arm used. The starter, Taijuan Walker, 5 innings, 2 runs. Pitcher record right now for the Phillies on top 9-3.
Seemed like yesterday he started.
Wow.
Wow. What a good pitch that was. Right on the outside corner. Call the ball.
But inside. Full count to Dixon with Soto at second. One away here in the top of the 8th. Padres get a run back so far.
Padres need a homer.
And that is strike 3. Top of the zone. Second strikeout for Ortiz, out number 2 of the 8th.
Well, top of the zone. It did light up. There it is. 95, top of the zone.
So 2 away for Manny Machado. Walked in the first, grounded to short in the 4th inning, flied out to deep center field in the 6th inning, and takes ball 1. Fouled off to the right, and it evens at 1-1.
By the way, did you crush that cheesesteak in between games that Mike gave us?
Yes.
How good was that?
Very good.
Back to the game.
Line inside. 600th pitch of the doubleheader is coming up next.
Come on.
Yeah. 600.
Really?
Yep.
.601. By the way, 601, that's how many career saves Trevor Hoffman had. How about that? How do you like that? Sorry about knowing that off the top of my head.
.31 pitch to Manny. Foul back and a full count now. Next pitch will be the 25th in relief for Ortiz here in the 8th. And he takes his timeout.
Hear the Rocky Bells right there
They
with
do.
2 strikes. Yeah, it's like the last round facing Apollo Creed going out for the final round. I think he broke his ribs in that last round. The body blows.
Popped up, foul ground. Back comes Stubbs, but he won't have a play.
Remember, Manny likes the hanging slider. He can hit the breaking ball.
He's getting down there, and now a disengagement as he steps off. Machado grounds it foul down the third baseline. Stays alive. Soto at second base, 2 away here in the Padres 8th. They picked up a run here in the 8th. So far off the reliever Luis Ortiz as Soto gets his walking lead.
This is where you got to battle. Don't give away at bats. There you go. Work for another pitch to your liking.
Ninth pitch of the plate appearance coming up for Manny Machado. And that is ball 4. Gets away, and taking third is Soto. So the walk for Machado. Second walk allowed in the inning by Ortiz, and the Padres have runners at first and third with 2 down. They'll bring up Xander Bogaerts. Xander Bogaerts coming up. The pitching coach for the Phillies headed out there. Charged the catcher Stubbs with a pass ball on that play that allowed Soto to take third base.
What do we got going here?
I don't know. A new rosin bag, apparently.
It looks like they're going to play a game of cornhole or something. See that with the bean bags? They got like 3 or 4 of them out there.
So the 2 that were out there are now leaving.
There's that egg crate we're talking about, Don. When it gets kind of rainy and you get that gunk on the bottom of your spikes, you can scrape them up against that.
Notice how you said it's not mud.
Right.
So 2 down, first and third, and here's Xander Bogaerts. Had a single back in the first inning. Since then he is grounded to short, fly to right.
Well, got to get back into slam range.
Ball 1. Slider is sliding too much. 30th pitch of the inning coming up for Ortiz as Rob Thompson trying to get him through this inning. Ground ball to first base. Ellis will take it himself to the bag, and he will get through the inning. A run for the Padres, 9-3 Phillies. The series against the Phillies, game 4, set Lugo beyond the mound. 12 starts, 3-4, a 3.39 ERA. Zach Wheeler on the other side, 18 starts, 7-4, 4.05 earned run average for Wheeler. It started at 10:30 a.m. San Diego time. Padres and Phillies wrap it up. Luis Garcia back on the mound. He got the final 2 outs of the 7th, back out there for the bottom of the 8th. And it is Nick Castellanos who leads it off. Castellanos has flied out to center, grounded to short, struck out looking, and grounded out to first. 0 for 4 game for the Phillies right fielder. Soto up. He had been up earlier for the Phillies. Down the third baseline, foul, and it's 2-2 now to Castellanos. Ryan Weathers started this game and is on the hook for the Padres. He went 4 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs. Walked 2, struck out 2. Two runs charged to Adrian Morejon. 3 runs charged to Brent Honeywell.
You know, Donnie, you look ahead to tomorrow, day game. Going to be hot, right? By the way, I have to wait on the weather to see what's going to happen. But anyway, Seth Lugo going, and then once again, with the way the bullpen's been throwing.
Loop to right, Dixon running in, and he will get there. Good running catch by Brandon Dixon. Castellanos retired. Out number 1 to the bottom of the 8th.
That's a lot of ground to cover for Dixon, as this ball is lofted to shallow right field towards the line. Get it going, hauls it in. Some good coverage.
Harper with a swing and a miss. He's been on base 4 times in this game. 2 walks, a home run, and a double. And a 37-game drought in between home runs. Grounded back to the mound. Garcia's got it. He'll flip underhanded to first for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down in the 8th for Garcia. That'll bring up Bohm. Grounded left side. Machado racing in on the run, and a low throw, but dug out by Cronenworth to end the inning. We're going to the 9th inning with the Phillies on top 9-3. In the city of brotherly love in Philadelphia, where the Phillies have a 9-3 lead. Padres took the first game of the series, and the Phillies today winning the first game and have a 9-3 lead in the second game, and they'll use their fifth pitcher as Gregory Soto takes over now for the Phillies.
Soto limiting opponents to a 205 average. This 28-year-old left-hander. Take a look at the strikeouts. More strikeouts than innings pitched, which is a good thing for him. 4-pitch mix, relies on that sinker and a slider. He will mix in occasionally a four-seamer and a changeup. 14 walks in 33 1/3 innings of work.
Jake Cronenworth to lead it off in the 9th inning. Jake has fly to right, fly to left, and walked. So Soto taking over for Ortiz, who went an inning giving up a hit, a run. He walked 2, struck out 2. But managed to get through the 8th. Well, get away, almost hit him in 98, or did it get him? Apparently it got him. So the hit batsman starts things here in the 9th inning for the Padres.
Just got the elbow guard a little bit.
It's like Matthew Batten is going to pinch hit for Rougned Odor. Numbers from El Paso in 73 games for Batten. Knocked down by Stubbs. No advance at first base for Cronenworth. .99 but missing, kind of all over the place right now. First he hits Cronenworth, now falls behind 2-0, and Stubbs is headed out there.
Yeah, this is one of those outings for Soto. You've got the big lead, and hopefully for Rob Thompson, he wants Soto to shake hands with his catcher after the game. He does not want to get somebody else up in that bullpen. Something that Bob Melvin was hoping for the other night, and they had to get Hader up.
Rougned Odor had walked, doubled, scored a run, and struck out, but it's Matthew Batten hitting for him here in the 9th. And there's a fastball for a strike at 98. Three and one. Fly ball right field has Castellanos waiting, and he'll make the catch for the first out of the 9th inning. Cronenworth back to first with one away. Gonna bring up Austin Nola. Nola's had the misfortune of grounding into 2 double plays in this game. He's also lined out to short, 0 for 3 for Nola.
You know, I know major leaguers have their uniforms tailored. Am I seeing things, or is Soto's left sleeve shorter than his right? Wanting his throwing arm to be a little bit more free and easy and less restriction from that sleeve.
It was a liner to right center field, and that's going to get in for a base hit. Cut off by Rojas. Heading to third base is Cronenworth on the single for Nola. And it's first and third with one away for the Padres here in the ninth.
Hey, good for Austin Nola going the other way right there, hitting that ball sharply to the gap. Take it the other way. As Donnie mentioned, kind of a rough day at the dish. A couple of double plays, line to the shortstop. Well, gets a big league knock right there for Austin.
First and third with one away, and Trent Grisham 1-for-3 game. Singled in the fifth inning to drive in a run. That's after he hit a 3-run home run earlier today in the first game. Ooh, there's a hundo at the knees for you.
It's a free and easy hundo.
Strike two. As that too, slider. Cronenworth at third, Nola at first, one down in the ninth. Grisham, it's a fly ball to center. Rojas coming in. He'll make the catch. And that is out number 2 of the ninth inning. Remaining at third was Cronenworth, 2 down.
He can cover some ground now. We've seen that. That's why the Phils like him so much. He's got a lot to offer. Strong, accurate arm, cover some ground.
Now Ha-Sung Kim coming up here for the Padres after a 3-hit first game, all singles. Walked twice tonight and has scored 2 runs. Runner goes, ball gets away. Cronenworth coming from third. He will score the 4th run for the Padres. And getting 2 bases on it is Nola. Wild pitch charged here to Soto.
Spiked it. Everybody's on the move.
Nolan's up at third base with 2 down. Soto falling behind 2-0. Fly ball right field. Castellanos moving over, and he'll make the catch. It ends the ball game. So the Philadelphia Phillies able to sweep a day-night doubleheader. 6 hours and 12 minutes of baseball, 633 pitches. The doubleheader is over, and unfortunately the Padres lose both ends of a frustrating day spent in steamy Philadelphia. The loss will go to Weathers. The win to Walker, as the Phillies win both of them. The final for Game 2, 9-4, Philadelphia. Thank you for watching Padres Baseball, presented by Major League Baseball. For Mark Grant and Mike Pomeranz, I'm Don Orsillo. Now stay tuned for the Padres postgame show, presented by Toyota. It's next.